Classmates, the show that lets people with unfinished business get satisfaction once and for all. The fireworks start next on Fox 11.
Today on Classmates, Chad wants a second chance with childhood sweetheart Janelle.
Time to go do some kissing.
But her car mechanic boyfriend could throw a wrench in his plans.
No touchy-touchy.
I will try my hardest to behave, but anything can happen.
I still wonder where you are and how you are, no matter how far you are. Even though the best is yet to come, I'll always remember.
We're off to Grants Pass, Oregon, self-proclaimed home of the caveman. Chad is dying to reunite with Janelle, his crush since he was 8. She's still mad that he never called after moving away. Is this a prescription for romance or a rumble?
When I was a little child, I was really heavily involved in sports. I think I did everything. Baseball, basketball, soccer. I was also really into the outdoors. When I was in grade school, there was a neighbor, a friend of mine named Janelle Morris. We rode the bus to school every day. She was cute in 4th grade.
She was a little girl, but yet she had to do boy things because there was only boys in the neighborhood.
Janelle and I did have kind of a secret relationship. We always go out to this fort, and she used to come along with her brother and my brother. And we had this calendar up in the fort, and this calendar has different days on the calendar representing days that we'd have to kiss. We had to use different flavored chapsticks depending on the day. Janelle was my first crush, my first kiss, and my first everything. I mean, we experienced a lot together. Last time I saw her was in 5th grade. I'm looking to have a good time with Janelle, catch up with her, see what she's been up to. If Janelle's everything she was, I'm definitely going to go after her, yeah. Yeah, I want to see if she's hot, of course.
I mean, I was the tomboy who would build forts, who would get in the dirty, and I wanted to be where the action was. When Chad was a kid, he was very cute. I fell in love with him instantly when I saw him. I kept a journal all through my years of growing up. I sure do miss Chad. I may begin liking another guy, but God knows I still will love Chad until I die. Before he left, he made a promise that he would call, but I haven't heard from him. And that was in '90.
Jake is Janelle's older brother.
About 4 years after Chad moved away, my brother died.
I read in the paper that he drowned in the Rogue River.
And I remember I'd go to school some days, and I would just sit there in class, and I would just cry.
Then about a year later, Janelle gave me a phone call out of the blue.
It was a very awkward phone call.
I was like 15 years old, so I didn't really have a good feeling of how to handle that situation.
And that was the last time I ever spoke to Chad. I was a bit surprised when I found out that Chad was looking for me.
I always have in the back of my mind, I wonder what she's doing right now.
I always felt like in some way we never had any closure.
I don't know if she has a boyfriend.
I've been in a relationship for 2.5 years. His name is Rick.
Our relationship is secure enough that I could trust her with this.
We've had our problems, we've had our differences. I will try my hardest to behave, but anything can happen.
Have fun.
I will.
It's not too much fun.
I wouldn't say I have butterflies, but I'm nervous and excited at the same time.
I've never done anything even remotely as crazy as this. And if he is getting into this to see if there's something to pursue, I really have no clue. And then right now, I'm heading up to go meet Chad for the first time.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Janelle, so like I was saying, I don't know what to expect.
Anxious to see what he's doing and really why he wanted all this to happen.
I've got my wine glasses in hand, got my chapstick in hand as well, so I think it's time ready and go do some kissing.
He needs to impress me a little bit more than with his looks and everything in order for him to get anything more than just a peck out of me. Well, this setting definitely looks a little romantic, so with the wine, so I think he has intentions to maybe pursue a little more than I thought.
After the break, Chad has set the mood for a romantic reunion.
If Janelle was with someone right now, I mean, I really don't think they really have a chance.
But will Janelle be unfaithful?
He needs to impress me to get anything more than just a peck up.
If Janelle's everything she was, I'm definitely going to go after her, yeah.
I always felt like, in some way, we never had any closure.
How are you doing?
Good. Hi. You look it's taken forever.
I know. God. 15 years.
And was this your idea with the
yeah.
blanket? So you're not quite the little boy I remember.
You're not the little girl either. You're definitely a full-grown woman now.
I remember kissing in the fort.
Mm-hmm.
But the calendar, do you have this calendar?
I don't have the calendar anymore, no, and I wish I had it. I'd show you.
We just mark days or what?
We'd cross it out every day we'd kiss.
Gosh.
But the thing about this calendar, remember we had different flavored chapsticks we used to kiss with?
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember right before I left?
You promised you'd call. I remember that.
So I'm the bad guy, I know.
Yeah.
He's very thin and attractive. She definitely meets my standards.
But he's definitely ripped. He has a nice body, and he's a hottie. So I want to go back to that phone call I made after my brother had passed away. And I want to know what your thoughts and feelings were about you hearing me on the other side of that line.
Well, actually, it took me by surprise because I'd been 5 years I think since I'd even spoke with you or Jake or anyone from my path. I mean, you tell me your brother passed away, your parents got divorced. I was a sophomore.
On you.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school. I didn't know how to approach that situation, so yeah, it did take me off guard.
I guess I just really wanted to reconnect with something of my past, because you were there, experienced, maybe the love my brother and I had towards each other.
I know, it definitely was.
And why you never called? No.
When Janelle and I were talking about the phone call, it kind of made me feel a little uneasy, I guess, because I do feel like I kind of let her down.
You made it sound like it really wasn't the best time to be calling.
And I definitely feel that I was kind of cold to her.
So were there any times after you moved away that you thought of me?
Of course, that's why I brought you back here now.
I hope that, he's not as cocky as he kind of came across as being.
We'll see how dinner goes tonight, and we'll go from there.
You're the bad boy?
What a ladies' man at that early age, huh?
Is that how you describe yourself, the ladies' man?
Oh, boy.
It's either you're flexing your muscles or you're making the remark that you're the ladies' man.
That usually works. You'd be surprised. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't work with me. I was definitely being a little bit of a brat, but I kind of like to put them in their place.
So, Jill, now I brought you here. What's your status?
Well, right now, I'm actually in a serious relationship, and I have been for the last 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Rick Young. So he's an automotive technician.
Okay. Auto technician, when I thought it was a fancy name for a mechanic, but I think I can offer a lot more than just an auto mechanic position.
He knows his hot stuff. To me, that's just a turnoff. Always in the back of my mind, I've always wondered what Chad Reed was all about.
And now you know.
Now I know, exactly. Chad is still a little bit of a player, and he's not ready to settle down. And I'm in a different phase of my life.
I didn't have to use the last chapstick tonight, but you know what? There may be a girl from Portland I may be able to use the chapstick on. You never know.
After their dinner, Chad and Janelle agreed to meet the next day for a friendly breakfast. Janelle's boyfriend showed up to make sure it didn't get too friendly.